The playoffs are upon us. And there are many players of whom the eyes of the NBA and their fans are going to go and be paying attention to. And one of them, without a doubt, is Luka Doncic. Ever since he arrived in the NBA, Luka has gone and put on a show. And in this current NBA season, he's gone and willed his team to the number 5 seed in the Western Conference. Luka's skill is so great that he's known for embarrassing other players, and even whole teams. Allow us to show you Luka Doncic embarrassing NBA players. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. 10. The Sacramento Kings and Phoenix Suns. What's better than embarrassing a player or two? Showing up a team who should have had more faith in you when they had the chance to take you. Drafts like the NBA draft are honestly a bit of a crapshoot if you really think about it. Yes, we know about the picks who went on to be legendary, but we also know about the surefire picks that went bust for one reason or another. And it's honestly a bit of luck and a gamble to get the players you need to win. However, in the case of Luka Doncic and the very clear skill that has been proven, you do have to wonder why he wasn't drafted number 1 when he came into the league. In fact, he was drafted number 3 by the Mavericks, and the 2 people that came ahead of him haven't exactly matched his skills and stats. And they definitely haven't had the impact on the league as much as Luka had. The 2 players picked in front of him were Marvin Bagley and DeAndre Ayton by the Sacramento Kings and the Phoenix Suns respectively. Ayton was the number 1 pick though, to be clear. In terms of Bagley, his career in the NBA so far has been full of injuries. He's only played 63 games in his first season, and only 13 in his second. As for Ayton, he honestly had a decent career as he's averaging about 17 points and 10 rebounds a game, making him a key part of the rising Phoenix Suns squad that now has Chris Paul on it. But could you imagine what would have happened if the Kings or the Suns had gotten Luka? If the Kings had gotten Luka, he likely would have made the Kings relevant for the first time in a long time. Yes, that's not a guarantee, but given how out of his mind he's playing, could you honestly say he might have been a dud there? As for the Phoenix Suns, getting him with their draft pick meant that they could have had a court with Luka Doncic and Devin Booker. This easily could have made them one of the highest scoring teams in the whole NBA, as well as one of the hardest to defend teams in the league. Again, it's always hard to predict just how well a player would do in a different setting, but Luka's talent and undeniable skill paint a picture that would probably lead to big success to whoever picked him up. And since he's not on their squads, he's going to be just fine going and embarrassing them on the court every time he gets.
Yeah, I've been talking to them, I've been talking to a lot of teams, but especially Dallas, they've been talking to me. They were so nice to me.
9. The Bucks. Luka is an insane man when it comes to the assists that he's able to do, mainly because he makes them so flawless in their execution. A great example of this was against the Milwaukee Bucks, while in the bubble playoffs last year. Because during an overtime game, Luka went and did a left-handed, no-look behind-the-back pass that threw off 2 defenders in such a way that his teammate was able to easily get the basket. That's not how it's supposed to work. It shouldn't be that easy. It shouldn't be that flawless. And yet, it was. Even the commentator noted that the defender did a good job, and yet he was duped by Doncic.
Oh, Doncic between the legs! Klebo soars to the rim!
8. What? Let's head now to a time before the pandemic caused the bubble to be formed, and looked at a game that Luka had against the Houston Rockets. Because in this one play, Luka was guarded by 2 players, and yet was not able to just get separation, but pop a shot basically on one leg while falling away from the rim. And he drills it like it wasn't even an issue. To quote the announcer, what? Yeah, that's a pretty accurate description of what just happened there. Wouldn't you agree?
Luka with a step back from the baseline!
7. Putting it behind him. Here we have another great example of an assist gone mad, as Luka knows that his teammate, Kristaps Porzingis, is behind him, and likely in a good position to go and make a bucket. But he can't see him for certain. Not that this matters because he brings the defenders to him and then dumps it behind his head to his teammate who makes a basket easily. Usually a player would be criticized for that kind of play, but Luka makes it look so easy. And the Cavaliers no doubt were embarrassed that they couldn't stop this from happening. They underestimated Luka and his talents, and they paid the price for it.
Over his head.
6. Luka Magic. It's always embarrassing when you're supposed to be guarding someone and a shot they put up goes in, because it was your job to make sure that didn't happen. But in this case, yeah, that's both shock and embarrassment. Look at it. He had the ball, lost the ball, got it back, and was somehow able to put up the shot, and it went in. Oh, and he got the foul. That's just not a circus shot, as one announcer called it. That's magic.
Right here. Fourth time down in a row.
And many Dallas Maverick fans are hoping that magic doesn't end during this playoffs run. 5. Tricked him. This one right here shows a high court IQ of Luka Doncic, because in a game against the Bulls, he found himself heavily defended, and he was able to trick the defenders into thinking he went one way with the ball, and then was able to dump it off to a teammate without much issue. Seen in slow motion further makes a point of just how smart Luka is, and how he knows how to make things work. 4. Up and under. As anyone who has watched him knows, Luka is incredibly persistent when it comes to getting his shots into the basket. And in this one, he's heavily defended. He was able to work around the defender and fake him out multiple times, so that he could go and get a basket. The fact that Luka was able to do multiple fakes, get the shot off, and make it go in? Yeah, that's pretty cool. And embarrassing for those who were supposed to be defending him. 3. Drives it past Zeller. When Luka is feeling it and knows he can go and get a basket, he's gonna do just that. And Cody Zeller found that out the hard way, amongst others, as Luka went right past multiple players in order to get his 2 points. And as you can see, Luka was very happy about the basket he had just made. And Cody was embarrassed that it was done on his watch.
Oh, Luka drives it right at Cody Zeller.
2. The Legend of Luka. This one right here is ridiculous, because he's being guarded by the Boston Celtics, loses his handle on the ball, and yet is not only able to get a 3-point shot off, he banks it, all the while falling to the ground. Luka props himself up just in time to see the shot go in, and then he collapses to the ground, because even he couldn't believe that he pulled that off. We're pretty sure the Celtics couldn't believe it either. 1. The one-handed buzzer beater. If you're looking for a true Luka Doncic moment that consistently makes players look silly, you need to look at the talent he has with buzzer beaters. And this one we picked here is just an insane way that even Luka Doncic shouldn't have been able to pull on. Because on April 15th, 2021, Doncic hit an impossible-looking shot in the game's final plays as the Mavericks stunned the Grizzlies 114-113, giving Dallas its 7th win in its last 10 games at the time. These are the kinds of shots that people say you're supposed to never make, yet when it comes to Luka Doncic, he really doesn't care. If he can take that shot and thinks he can make that shot, yeah, he's gonna go and make that shot. And when he easily makes those shots, everyone just feels silly. Because it shouldn't work. They shouldn't go in, but they do, because it's Luka Doncic. And due to that, virtually every single defender out there could be embarrassed by Luka Doncic at any moment, because of what he can do. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at Luka Doncic and the times that he won and embarrassed players both in the NBA and abroad in order to show how great he is? Are you amazed by the skill that Luka Doncic has? Do you think he's going to go and shine in the NBA playoffs? How far do you honestly feel he'll take the Dallas Mavericks? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.